People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. First thing that is popping in the news, there's a saying, with great power comes great responsibility. And that responsibility lies with Judge Juan Leighton Pusey today, who is said to hand down the sentencing to the butcher, Mr. Rushane Barnett. Mr. Rushane Barnett is the man, the suspect, convicted, confessed, pleaded guilty to the takeaway of his own cousin, KEMESHA WRIGHT, and her 4 children. 1 15, 1 12, 1 5, little baby 23 months old. Between those 5 persons, 95 kitchen utensil wounds, meaning knife, meaning joke, meaning STAB, meaning them bust all 5 of them throat. Pretty much spread them out, no chance whatsoever. Based on the autopsy, Mrs. Wright, she got all of 48. Between the 4 children, 47. So people, we could say the average was 12. Some would get more, some would get less. However, between the 4, 47, 12 each average. Now people, this all happened in June of 2022. Mr. Barnett pled guilty on the 20th of July 2022, a month and a couple of days later. Today is going to be, or supposed to be, his judgment day. Persons are hoping that he gets the maximum, because you know that the DPP's office, Paula Llewellyn and them, they filed seeking the DEATH penalty. However, people, I doubt that we will get that because of all of the politics, because of all of the links, all of the people that are making decision on the behalf of Jamaica, even though they are mostly overseas. However, whenever you are dependent on anybody, pretty much you have to flow with the punches. However, what most Jamaicans living overseas and locally would hope is that, yes, he would get the likely possibility of DEATH. However, if that is not forthcoming, they would hope that he gets a couple of hundreds of years. People, personally, I would say 100 years for each person, 100 times 5, 500 years. Or, mathematician, 5 years for every joke, every knife wound that he inflicted on these 5 people. So 95 times 5. Do the maths. 400 enough, that almost 500. 475 if my maths is correct. Don't quote me. Now people, when we think about the facts of this case and what led to this unfortunate incident in which 5 people lost their life, pretty much his excuse, his reason is that she disrespected him, meaning she, KEMESHA WRIGHT, the mother of the 4 children. She disrespected him in front of customer. Now people, here's the thing. Whenever you are catching, whenever you're under somebody's rules, somebody's roof, it is what they say, like Simon. You have to go with it or you get the FUCK out. You don't decide the rules in other people's house, especially when you had a history, especially when the family knows, say, listen, this man pretty much tried to joke up him father. This man had a next case in a Trelawney. This man go a Mobile. Anywhere he go, Trouble follow him or the trouble will reach the people in place. Because whenever you have problem everywhere you go, maybe you might want to look in the mirror and see, say, the problem is not the places or the other people. The problem could be you. Easy as that. 1, 2, 3. Now, people, here's the thing. This shows you, this is a reflection of most of these young, worthless, new generation, Generation Z or whatever them call them, the worthless one them. They are very delusional. They are very warped. They are very irrational in their thinking. Them have this me, selfish attitude. It is all about me. She disrespect me in front of customer. Oh, she will talk to me like that. She knows say me a this, me a bad man, me a this, me a that. People, me not really understand luckily how them think. But me just say, them have an attitude that is polar opposite to how rational, regular thinking people think. And that is what leads them to the problem that they always get themselves in, the predicament that they always get themselves in, because they don't think rational. They think that the world revolves around them. They think that it is what they say go, and anybody else can pretty much hit the road, Jack. When the truth and the fact is that when you live nowhere, when you don't have a roof over your head, you don't have a pot to piss in, you pretty much have to take whatever people give you, or else get some responsibility, get a job, get something in your life constructive wherein you can make decision based on the fact that you are pull your own weight. You are not just existing with two long hands, point blank and period. So people, the moral of the story in all of this is that fly low or fly high. The Butcher, Barnett, he is going to get what he had coming. To what extent will he get the DEATH? People, I doubt it very much. Will he be severely punished by Justice Leighton Pusey, meaning that a couple of hundreds of years, maybe about 500 or so? Sometime which will almost guarantee that he won't make it out past his natural life. He will spend the rest of his natural life behind those prison walls, never to see the light of day again. However, people, there's also a drawback to all of this. You and I, the taxpayers of Jamaica, will have to foot the bill. Will have to sponsor this youth living, meaning shelter, meaning food, meaning security for the rest of this time. Is that something that we are okay with? Or should the judge just do what he is supposed to do? Either some sort of joke, some sort of FIRING squad, some sort of gallo. People, let me know what you think in the comment section. So the next thing that is popping in the news is some very disturbing thing that I saw, that a 10th grade student, female student from Arakabessa High School, she was found in the bathroom unresponsive. And it seems as if, based on the medical report, that somebody jumped over our fence. Now, people, maybe it was somebody from outside. However, I did not get that impression. I got the impression that it was done by maybe an ex-student or students. Like me say, she was unconscious at the time when they found her. Now, people, you know, say, as a Jamaican, I'm kinda disgusted, disappointed with the backwardsness, how everything, including government, school, you name it, Jamaica really the back at time. Because, people, when we look at what is going on since the Big C situation and these picnic come back at school, them are find all sorts of weapons, all sorts of things as if school turn mixed martial art facility instead of educational facility. So I just say, I understand some of these schools in some rural area. I understand say the parents, them not really have it, so therefore are some broke school. However, we have a thing that is called the Ministry of Education. The Ministry of Education, through taxpayers' money, is supposed to make sure say certain amount of grant, certain amount of money reaches each school or reach each school, regardless of where they are located, geographic location. So therefore, when you look at it, we understand they're going to need the books. However, I would regard security as one of the priorities up there on the list, top 1, top 2, top 3, the most, based on what we see going on. So therefore, if so many incidents are occurring in school, people are coming with all sorts of offensive weapons, people are trying to take off each other's neck, wouldn't you regard security a paramount priority, meaning that we have to make sure that these kids are safe, them can make it to school and make it back home. One of the things that can prevent this is CCTV, closed circuit TV, to monitor the facility and make sure say, listen, we have the security them I watch the place to make sure say the pit of them now hurt each other, and even worse, people from external outside of the compound don't come in and do anything to our children. The people them picnic. So now people, when we see stuff like this and we realize there was no sorts of CCTV, no surveillance camera in the whole school, and then when we take into consideration that these students are like some wild animal, these students act as if they are some sorts of penal institution, prison. Them not act like civilized human beings anymore. Wouldn't that be your priority? That the children not only reach home safely, not only don't get juke up, not only don't get beat up. And people, some things you cannot prevent because people picnic and go back and forth at it. A lot of them from dysfunctional homes, so therefore whatever them learn at them yard, them bring it and put it in a practice in the people in school against other students or even teachers. And next thing, we realize that there's a thing that is taking over the school. It is called Mali. Them call it date, RAPEDRUGS. Now, we know so these like a picnic them fast, them not grow up, them get kick up or fling up. So therefore, them are think say them can drop in somebody drink, or then maybe the person take it and kind of lose our mind. People, me don't know what them picnic go through nowadays, as disturbing as it is, but me just say, you cannot be reactive, you have to be proactive, because sometimes we say these picnic, they are a danger to society and sometimes a danger to themselves. So therefore, you as the responsible ones, meaning the teacher, the principal, vice principal, dean of security, whoever them have in these school, should make sure that they make preventative measures. So therefore, stuff like this won't happen. And people, the sad thing is that all of these children getting hurt and everything happening to them, it is now become normalized. It is not the exception. So therefore, when are they going to learn? Everybody in the school have to get People jump over them fence. Everybody have to get juke up. Everybody have to get hurt. Students and teachers and principal before them put on them foot. People, these are not very hard stuff. These are basic security measure. So therefore, if you cannot implement basic security measure, why are you even in that job? Why are you even responsible? People, me no know. So anyways, people, like me say, I understand that you have options to listen other bloggers. If you appreciate news, no gimmicks, straight to the facts, no beating around the bush, show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. That is how YouTube promotes the video to like-minded, sensible people like yourself, not the bugu yaga them. So anyway, people, thanks, bless up.